Well, boys and girls, it is the morning after. The first morning after our first big debut at I44 with the mini mod. Now, before we get too deep into this video, a couple of things I want to do real quick. First off, I got to give a big shout out to Tim and Kyle Killer. Those two guys, this car did not have a motor in it Friday night. The motor had been out, it had been reworked on. The motor had been down on a couple of cylinders prior. Kyle Killer busted his butt all week to try to get the motor done and gone through right. I was working, you know, my 15-hour days like usual. Friday night rolls around, we jammed, and it was all Kyle, it was all Tim. I helped, I got parts, stuff like that, but those guys busted their ass to get this motor in this car, to get this thing scaled and setting right. I do not know what I would have done without them. I could not have done what I did without them. I don't even think we could have made it to the track without them. So big shout out to them. Next person I want to give a big shout out to is all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to Lisa Turner. Happy Mother's Day to Sierra Lewis. Happy Mother's Day to Kathy and Debbie and Kim, my mom, and everybody out there. I hope you have a good one. I hope you have a special one. Now, let's get into what happened in the hot laps, because I know that's the question that's on everybody's mind. Why did the car all of a sudden veer right and shoot up into the wall? Well, it turns out, as crazy as it may sound, these cars do not steer good without a steering wheel. You lose complete control, and that is no lie. Trust me on this. I can prove this. I promise you, they do not steer without a steering wheel. That's right. About 2 laps into hot laps, all of a sudden I felt the steering wheel just pop. And before I realized what was going on, it was no longer connected to the steering shaft. The car was headed towards the wall, and I was into the brake as hard as I could. Luckily, we didn't do no frame damage. We didn't do no front end damage. The front bumper did its job. It took the impact. It did bend back these outriggers and stuff like this. The lower part of the bumper, it didn't even bend the lower pieces. It just got these uppers. The car did what it was supposed to do. Like I said, we didn't even scuff a tire. When it spun around, it did back into the wall, and I got that quarter panel over there, but that's no big deal. Man, we started second in our heat. We finished second in our heat. Started fifth in the A main. We finished fifth in the A main. And we did pass some cars in the A main, but we also got passed by some. And at one point, I think we backed up to like 6th or 7th. But we got around one, and then 2 of them pulled off. And I think it ended up giving us, officially finishing us 5th. Man, we had an amazing time. Thank you to I44 Riverside Speedway for busting their ass and trying to get us through the rain. We had a little bit short rain delay. At first it was kind of looking gloomy. You know, here in Oklahoma, you just never know what's going to happen. And sure enough, 0% chance of rain, and we're getting rain. Take a look at the video. Like I said, this is our first time. I mean, I didn't even get a full hot lap session in because of the goofy stuff with the steering wheel. I don't know why the steering wheel did that. I test tug it, pulled on it in staging like I do with every one of them. And I don't know, it just got clicked or didn't click right or jammed up or something. But again, thank you to Kyle Killer. Thank you to Tim. Thank you to Reno. Thank you to all these guys that have busted their ass, given advice, and pushed through. Thank you to the gentleman I got the car from. This car come from Texas. He's been as good as gold to me. We actually had engine issues, and he made a contribution to help with that engine issue. Did not have to do that. That man stepped up and helped us. Thank you for everyone. To everyone.
This is our tuning division. These are here, number 2, the 13 of Kyle Keeler, alongside the ring leader of Gary Peak. Peak Kelly, Bobby Richey, we are number 3, number 7, 7, 5. Thank you.